Hello, ladies and gentlemen. A little home away from home here. We're in the woods, in an undisclosed location. Thunder is over at the farm. I am outside of the perimeter, so I don't get myself in trouble. It'd be better if they don't know that. So I'm going to keep it just, looking at the beautiful forest around here. Look how gorgeous it is. Oh, it's beautiful. It's pretty clear. The CFIA are going to do whatever they want. Sure, it expires today or whatever, but it doesn't matter because it turns out that the CFIA, once they're on site, do not need to reapply for a warrant unless they leave. And with all the fencing they're putting in, it sure as heck ain't looking like they're in a hurry to leave at any point here. It's kind of crazy the way this is rolling out. But we should stay tuned. We'll see what happens tonight at midnight. I'm kind of guessing nothing. I'm also guessing that there may be less birds by the end of the day. But again, because we don't have proof, because nobody's found anything in those bins, because it's all locked down and police escorted, it gets kind of difficult. As far as the pressure that you personally can apply, folks, there are a lot of people who still don't know about this story. And there's a lot of politicians and, people of influence that just don't understand how important this is. This isn't just about the lives of a bunch of birds. I mean, this is literally about food sovereignty. This is literally about whether or not we think killing healthy animals is a good idea, and whether or not we think that a government body who has so much power they feel they can do what they do unchecked is a good idea. Now, the Canada I know, it was never ever like that. Okay, it used to be that if something was illegal, it was investigated. Okay, now I get resources are thin, but come on, RCMP, you got 30, 40 people protecting a bunch of ostriches from some porters. I'll bet you there's even less supporters there right now than there are police. But these police aren't actively engaged in doing something that's of any benefit to society, although it is of benefit to the CFIA. But then again, I guess it comes down to where you're getting paid from, right? Who's the CFIA getting paid from? Who is the CFIA? Well, yeah, it's coming from your pocket. Sure it is. You're a taxpayer, you're paying for it. But where do they get their directives? Who do they listen to? Who does the CFIA listen to? Well, it's the World Organization of Animal Health through the Animal Health Act, which is what I was charged with, contravening Section 35 of the Animal Health Act. Do not feed hungry animals. I don't really get it. It's okay that sometimes things don't make sense, and it's okay that we're upset by that, because it should make sense. However, what's not okay is that we see something wrong and we do nothing about it. Folks, this is not how we're going to get through our problems. We literally have to stand up and do something. We need to use our voices. We need to use our abilities as human beings to get out there and influence others in the benefit of people who need it, okay? I don't care whether it's feeding the hungry. I don't care whether it's, helping farmers who need a hand. It doesn't really, if your neighbor needs their friggin' driveway shoveled, go out and do it. Help them out. Make the world a better place. But we cannot just sit at home and expect it's going to change without doing something, folks. I'm sitting here walking around in the woods. Why? Because the police have told me I can't go however many miles that direction. This is cray-cray, folks. It doesn't make any sense. So what are we going to do about it? Everything we can. Keep on sharing, keep on talking to people about it, keep on reaching out to anybody of influence, anybody with a voice, and let's start using our own voices. I know many of you have never gone live before. It's a really thing to do, easy thing to do. And I want you to know something. Even if you're afraid to show your face, you can do a video like this saying what you think. It's not that hard. But we do have faces, and we do have voices, and we got hearts and minds. And our heart and mind and voices is just one of many that surround us. And our lives wouldn't be our lives without the people around us. So unless we start sticking up for the people who need it, might as well just get used to a life of servitude, man. Look, Canada doesn't have to be like this. We got 30-something million people. We got a handful of politicians, other people making some decisions. Now, we have the ability to affect that. We have the ability to affect change. And the thing is, people are just so conditioned to think that they don't have that ability. Oh, little old me, nothing I can do, said 30 million people. Okay, it's pretty clear that as we get our voices together, we get our heads together, we come together for something that makes sense, that it works. Okay, that it changes things. It makes a difference. Okay, so we need to do that. All right, I'm doing what I can out here. Thunder's doing what she can. We're gonna switch. We're gonna pivot. We're gonna do whatever necessary. We're gonna get to the bottom of this ugly story, and that means I will be interviewing everybody. Yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna get on these shows where people are like bitching and complaining and just throwing accusations. But if you have actual legitimate concerns with some backup proof, I would like to flush that out. I really would, because I don't think I'm right all the time. But I think I'm pretty clear on one thing: these birds don't deserve to die. They just don't. Okay? They didn't do anything. They're not letting them test them. They're disappearing. And we're all just sitting there waiting for it to happen. Now, I get we can't be rash. We can't be doing stupid crap that's going to get us in trouble. Like feeding hungry birds past a nondescript blue fence. Yeah, don't do that. It's bad. Okay. Look, I got a lot of things to do. We've got a lot of action happening here. I know I can't share it all with you because, I mean, why would I? Everybody's watching. The world is watching, including all the authorities. And those authorities, although they many times are well-meaning, oftentimes are misdirected. And sometimes we just have to look at it and go, well, that doesn't really make sense. We need to do something different. Okay? I'm talking about, I'm not going to get explicit. Use your imagination. Stand the hell up. Get a couple of friends. Go out to the corner and hold up a couple signs. Take some pictures, take some videos, send it over to me. I'll share it out for you. I got a platform here. It's kind of cool. I never expected this would ever happen to me. But it did. So I've got access to a lot of people. And if you're doing something to help save these ostriches, I want to help you get the word out. Okay? Pick up the phone, go live, tell me that you've gone live about the ostriches, carrying some signs, doing whatever you're trying to do in your local community. Show me that footage and I'll get it out there for you. Okay? This is not my story. This is not any one person's story. It's not just about the people on the farm. It's about all of us. And if we all get involved, we can make the world a better place. Okay, so I want to thank you for your ongoing support. We love you. We are still in and around British Columbia. We're going to be here for a little while. Hopefully this thing can get resolved real soon. But I mean, I said that back when I landed at April 12th. And it's now October 20, whatever it is. And we're still at it. But you know what? Sometimes you got to follow things through if it makes sense, especially if it calls to your heart and it, you know, if it means something to you, do something about it. You'll find a purpose and passion in life that you never had. I certainly have. I've never felt this way about anything. I did for the truckers convoy, but that was so short-lived. It was only 3 weeks. Well, this is like a trucker convoy, but it's been like 3 times, like however many months. So we've had time to kind of acclimate and pivot and follow this story in a depth that I never did get to do the Freedom Convoy with. Although I do plan to do that at some point. I'm going to take all the footage I got from Freedom Convoy. I got a lot of other footage of all the independent reporters. We're going to put that together into a proper thing that tells the story of the people at the Freedom Convoy. Okay, to support the actual on-the-ground people. That's what the story is going to be about. So I will do that. But you know what? Right now, we're hot on the trail of this ostrich story, man. We ain't letting it go. It's like a freaking T-bone steak in a pit bull, man. I ain't letting it go. And we're gonna get to the meat of this. And I'm not afraid of anything as far as this story goes. Not afraid of a thing. I know it to the best of my ability and my truth. Doesn't mean I can't learn more. Doesn't mean I can't change my mind. So if you think you got something that sucks about the farm or whatever, I've heard it all. I'm just telling you, I've heard it all. But if you actually come with some evidence and you actually come up with a rational explanation as to what your challenge is, what would stop you from throwing your support behind saving these birds, I would be happy to address it. Okay? So please, be intelligent, be rational, be even keeled, but stick by your beliefs. It's okay. It's okay. We can agree to disagree. I'm not going to reduce you just because you believe something different than I do. As a matter of fact, I might learn from it and grow. So give me the opportunity to learn and grow by learning from something that you have to say. And let's get to the bottom of this, man. Let's save these freaking ostriches. Let's find out what's in those bins. All right? Find out what's in the bins. Let's put whatever kind of public pressure, whatever we need to do to figure out what's in those bins, folks. It would clear up a lot of questions. That's all I'm saying. Okay? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me here today. I'll be back as soon as there's something else. Love you very much. I'm going to see my honey soon. Yay! Keep on following Thundra, or my account, or her account, or whatever it is. Yeah, we have to do the phone switcheroo because my phone doesn't work. It's funny, eh? Same network, same plan, same everything, sitting side by side. She's getting service, I'm not. So I'm currently on her phone because I am not anywhere near service, and she's at the farm. She's got a little, she can plug in there. So, yeah. Follow us both and follow the Church of Bubbles on all the different platforms, as well as any of the ones that are doing lives. I'm telling you, get me your names. If you're doing lives on anything, I don't care what city you're in, what town you're in, if it's regarding this, if it's regarding the CFIA and saving these ostriches, we're going to pump your material out and we're going to get it as much traction as we possibly can. I would suggest you do the same. And you see anybody putting a live out there, you share that stuff out and you help people to understand what's actually going on here, okay? Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know what? I'm in the woods. I can answer some questions, okay? I haven't been looking at the chat, but I can do that. So let me just, let me just turn this around for a second. I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna wait for you to ask the questions, and I'll do what I can to answer the best of my ability right now. The website is saveourostriches.com. Saveourostriches.com is the official website for the family. It's for the farm, for the families, including Dave and Karen and Katie. Okay. Don't ever change. Well, if I never changed, then I would be like, I would be the same, and that would kind of suck. We got to change and grow, man. It's an important part of life. Stay warm and safe. Well, I believe safe to be overrated. I'd rather be, strong than safe. I do appreciate the sentiment, however, and warm is getting a little bit more challenging as time goes on. But fortunately, there have been some great people who have donated some stuff and helped us stay warm. So thank you. We really, really do appreciate all that support. Whew. Protest health office and his home. Well, I mean, I'm not going to send anybody to anybody's home. But, you want to protest outside offices, as long as getting the word out there, you get to it. Is Katie going on Tucker Carlson? There has been rumors of that for a period of time. Still hasn't materialized, so we'll find out. Yeah, staying warm, man. It's more important that my wife stays warm, honestly, because she's warm-blooded. She comes from Guyana, and she likes to be nice and warm. Oh, somebody wore an ostrich shirt at last night's Traders Canada. Okay, cool. I understand a lot of people you hitting up Heath McDonald's post there. You should do it for sure. Post links to anywhere where people are talking about it too. Yeah, let's see what's in the bins. Darn right. Why wouldn't we? No, we're still trying to find out what's in the bins. That's for sure. No. I'm found. I'm not lost. I'm found. Get new SIM cards. Okay, maybe I'll try that. Yeah, we'll have to get up to the thing, see if we can get new SIM cards. Where are the farmers? I'm telling you where the farmers are. They're at their farm, tending their farm. They ain't got any extra time. It's a really busy thing being a farmer. It's very, very difficult. They ain't got no time to come out here and do this. And if they understood the impact, maybe they would. However, I would suggest what stops them is fear. They're afraid that what's happening to this family is going to happen to them if they stand up. They don't realize if everybody stands up all the same time, it'll never happen to anybody ever again. So what is your family willing to do to save animals? Well, I would suggest, yeah, how far are you willing to go? This family's going all the way. And I would suggest if you're a farmer and you want to save your animals and CFIA comes knocking, you make sure that you have your own testing in place already and tell them to go pound salt. Don't let them through your door. Don't give them a thing. These people are criminals. And if you give them anything, they're going to take everything. And that's the mistake this family made. These families made. And they will admit it. They will admit as such at this point. Honk honk, baby! Oh, it's cold in southwest Manitoba. No, none of the farmers are standing here. None. Mind you, we're a million miles away from everything, right? We're like, I don't know, like almost an hour and a half away from any major city. It's a town of 300 in the middle of the Kootenays, and there's nobody here. And I'm kind of guessing that that's what happened as far as why they picked this location. Oh, I think my honey's calling me. Hold on a second. Got to get our technology sorted. Hey guys, are you still there? Oh, you are. Yeah, I guess it disrupted the audio or something because I was talking to honey. She's very close to where I am right now, so I gotta go pretty soon. But hang on a second. I don't want to go and get her just now because then you'll see where I am, and that's probably not such a good thing. Did you catch me peeing? I did not. Did I? That happens. Yeah, we need farmers, but that's up to the farmers, man. That's up to us. I mean, farmers, if you don't want to deal with it, see, farmers think they won't have to deal with it, and that's why they don't. Because they're like, well, it's not going to happen to me, so why would I worry? Well, folks, it's going to happen to you. I believe half of the chickens, half of the poultry in BC has been killed now. I think that's about accurate. I think half of the freaking poultry has been killed in BC because of this imaginary freaking thing. Calgary Zoo shut down some of the exhibitions. Another place in Penning Zoo got shut down because of avian flu. But there is no reported cases. None. Like, it's super, super rare. I just don't get it, man. Yeah, what's in the sucker truck? I don't know, man. You know, there's another theory, and this is only theories we do not know, that the liquid, the guts of the animals could be pumped into that because they're very liquidy. I know that sounds really gross, and I really hope that's not a thing. Okay, is there enough people to sit on side roads, communicate which way the bins are going? Sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't. I guess the bins mainly go up to Vernon, like that area. They're headed towards Vernon. So I mean, keep your eyes on Vernon if you see anything out there. But towards the cusp, keep your eyes there too. I mean, like, we don't know, right? So what are you gonna do? You gotta just keep looking. Jim, can you PM me? I'm sorry. Look, hey, you guys, I'd be happy. No, I can't take initiatives like that. I'm really sorry. I don't hate you. I'm not ignoring you. I've got too much going on, man. There's thousands of messages every single day, so hey, please don't take it personally. If you would like to have some kind of interview or something like that, maybe send an email to churchofbubbles@gmail.com. Okay, and say, please do an interview, and then I'll read it or whatever. But if it comes through Messenger or whatever, I may or may not get it, man. I just don't. You hear a waterfall? Oh, I might be close to a waterfall. My earring is not that good. I got no earring, man. Demand to know. Ooh, I just showed you some stuff. Yeah, demand. We got a demand, man. I mean, we have to literally say no. This is we must see what's in those bins. If enough of us say that, then it's gonna happen. Katie and her family should take the law into their own hands. Enough is enough. That their land save the ostriches. Okay, well, I get that. I get how you feel, but it's not your ostriches. It's not your land, so you don't get to make that call. Nor do I. Which is why I told the family line on that. Okay? I can answer questions, folks, but I might not get to them all, so no one question is more important than another. Okay, thanks for the DMs. I will go on and look through them so that I can look at your information. I will make a point of it today, okay, guys? I'll try to go through the things. It's just tough, man. There's a lot, okay? You would already have your animals away. They'd be roaming open fields. Well, they were roaming in an open field, folks, but there's 400, 300-pound birds. You can't hide them. And where are you going to put them? And they're dangerous. And, okay? There's no way to sneak them out of there. You know, if you did that, you'd also be, you know, you can't do it, man. It's just it's not reasonable. And you storm the gates, and then what? You open the gates and do what? You can't ride an ostrich away. You know, they'll get out for a bit, and they'll round them up, put them back in. You'll get arrested, and they'll do it over again. I mean, it's pretty weird. Hey, I love you too, John Joe Joseph. I did see a message this morning. I didn't quite read it, but I will get to it, man. You really should ask for some more money to stay out there. No, you know what? People have been generous enough. Look, I do make some money, well, because this content is popping off. We make a couple of bucks at this. It's not enough to make a living, but it is keeping us here. We, you know, and some people have been very generous. We don't need all that, okay? Like, I mean, I appreciate it, but we're not here for that. We're here to frickin' save the ostriches, okay? So we do appreciate it, though. But remember to support the other people out here as well. Like, support everyone, anyone that's doing anything. And if you can't get out here, why don't you support a friend or a family member who might want to come out here and help them get out here? We'll help them when they get here. Did the RCMP ever hook up with me the other day? Yeah, what happened was I went and I guess you can look at my face now. I went and looked at the, I went and hung out in the vestibule, okay? They wanted me to sit down in a chair and wait for an officer to come. I don't like being in that building. It makes me feel claustrophobic, right? So I sat in the vestibule, like kind of the entranceway. And then I'm sitting there, and Buddy just opens the door. He's like a 40-something-year-old guy, real buff, real, you know, strong, chiseled-looking guy. And he goes, and I didn't even catch it at first. He goes, "What do you want?" I looked up, and I went, "Excuse me?" He went, "What do you want?" And I said, "Well, I'd like a statement on the ostrich farm." He goes, "Well, you're not getting one, so get out of here." So, yeah, they met with me. Make that what you want, folks. Jim, is the convoy coming? Well, I would love it if a convoy came out here, except for it couldn't arrive as a convoy. Here's the thing, that's what the police are looking for. So if you get a convoy together of, you know, 50 cars, 100 cars, whatever you want, gather outside the town and then come in one at a time at varying lengths, at varying times. Don't come in as a convoy because that'll just shut everything down. That would be great, though. Well, you saw me peeing? Well, that's why they call it a live stream. Yeah, I can't PM you, but you can PM me, please. I just don't have the time or the wherewithal. Yeah, right. Farmers are busy feeding their flocks and bringing in crops. Darn right. I don't know if the farmers know. I don't know how many do know or how many don't. Why should the farmers who have insurance for matter help you? Well, not because they're helping us or the farm. It's because they're helping themselves. You got to stamp out a policy that's stamping out their crap. If you can, you know, basically wipe out every way you make a living, well, why wouldn't you want that stopped? I mean, you don't have to just think about yourself all the time. You know, that's the problem. People are too busy thinking about themselves. What's in it for me? How's it going to hurt me? Well, if you don't start thinking about the whole, it's going to hurt you big time because we are not an individual. We're part of the freaking whole. And if you're a farmer and you see what these farmers are going through, it could be you next, and it will be eventually if you don't do something now. Okay? I get you got your crops. You got to do your thing. Go do it. That's great. I'm not putting pressure on anybody, but I'll tell you, if we need the support, and I really think you should because I think it would be good for humanity. Okay. Brothers says that's so sad. Poor chickens. Yeah, a lot of chickens. So many chickens. And by the way, ostriches are not chickens. They're ratites. It's a different classification of animal altogether. They're freaking dinosaurs. They are not chickens. They're not poultry. They should never have been put in the poultry classification. So many things are wrong about this, folks. Can't wait to do a long form on that. We're working on it, actually. We're going to go chronological from the beginning. I got here in April till now. We're going to break it all down into little steps of what happened. We're going to be some of the details that would just blow your mind. If you saw the injustice here, it would blow your freaking mind. I mean, you're seeing the result of it, but man, the whole process would just crooked all the way through. Yeah. 15-minute cities. Yeah, that's pretty weird, dude. Oh, a TikTok event. Sure, I'll do a TikTok event, whatever that is. Interview on TikTok tonight. Sure. Just send me the link or whatever. Send me the I'm going to get through all these questions that I can find right now, and then I'm going to go because my honey's waiting for me now, I bet. My day is actually amazing. Thank you. Would we ever move to this part of BC? It's absolutely gorgeous. I would absolutely move here. But, you know, we're here now. I have kind of moved here for the past 8 months or whatever. But it's beautiful, man. The mountains is like looking at the face of God. So much nature. It's so beautifully quiet and pristine. It's gorgeous here. Yeah, this whole, the whole valley, the Kootenay Valley is just gorgeous. Do you know when the CFI ends? Yeah, I know it ends tonight at midnight, but it doesn't mean that they will leave. That's when the warrant ends. Midnight tonight, absolutely. Troy Taylor, you must be jealous. I won't even address it. No, I can't go back to the farm. I can't go back to the farm because I've signed conditions. When I was arrested, I signed a piece of paper that said I would not go within a certain vicinity of the farm. So I am not legally allowed to go there now. And I have to go to court on December 18th in Vernon. So that puts me here until then, unless something different happens. Flip my camera, show my face. Oh, that was a little while ago. I guess you got that memo. I don't know why Katie's worried about whatever she might be worried about, and I don't know that you actually know that, so I wouldn't jump to conclusions. Although maybe if she said something, it led you to believe that, and that's okay. I don't know, man. There's a lot of parts to this, and sometimes people don't always get it right. Like I heard Katie on a thing this morning. She wasn't lying. She was trying to make a point. Okay, you got to be able to tell the difference here. You can't take everything on face value. You got to look just a little bit deeper and kind of understand the context of it. Okay, these people are they're done. They're fried. They're they're beyond their capacity to deal. And they're getting more and more stressed every day. I can't believe they haven't just totally melted and cracked down by now. So give them a freaking break. They're not liars, okay? From everything I've seen, they have told the truth all the way through, even when it didn't necessarily serve them. So I'm going to just do a little bit of a character, whatever that is, a vouching for character and say, no, they are not liars. And no, I do not own shares in the thing. And no, I'm not going to get a dime if these ostriches are saved or if they're killed. Crazy. It would be great if a convoy showed up, but I already talked about that. Don't show up as a convoy, show up as individuals. Maybe I did there. And the people will all get arrested. Well, hold on a second. They can only arrest as many people as they have. They can only arrest half of the amount of people as they have officers for, right? You know that. There's only about 20 officers on site right now. 40 maybe? 1,000 people here might make a difference. Yep. Because when they're done, they'll come for you. Absolutely. Cold and hang around outside for a little bit. No, they can't storm the gates. We don't want to storm the gates, man. We just want to find out what's in the bins. We want to know what they're doing. We want some transparency. We want to hear something from them. What an interesting freaking... Ay. Yeah, you live in a 72-unit condo. You only fill 3 bins a week. There's something for you. It's time to do something now, not wait till they kill all the healthy ostriches. Okay, I get that, guy. I get it. I understand the sentiment. I do. I'm sitting here going, we tried to do something. Sometimes it requires patience. Sometimes it requires trusting the process. And sometimes it requires the fact that we are not solely responsible for this. This is not a fight amongst marshmallows and dinosaurs. Okay? It's a fight between good and evil. And there's forces at work here that if I told you the serendipitous events and the timing of these things, you just go, okay, that can't be real. Okay? Sometimes we got to sit back and trust the process and understand, look, if there are birds missing, my opinion is there are birds missing. Probably about a frickin' 100 of them. If there are birds missing, well, at least there's still some birds there, which means we have a fighting chance to fight the evil behind this. We can't be so focused on the birds that we forget it's actually the evil that's causing this that is more important to address than the actual birds themselves. I say save the ostriches because it's the main point. Okay, but behind the main point is, why do we have to save the ostriches? Why are they under threat? What's happening that causes them to be under threat? And how can we effectively deal with that? Okay, those are the kind of questions we need to be asking ourselves. All right, not how many birds there are. It's an important question, but we know there's less. If there's, 20 less, 100, 200 less, does it really make a difference? We're missing birds, man. Okay, anyway, thank you. I would think because the property is being destroyed by RCMP. Well, I don't know what the level of destruction is. We can't see in there, so we just don't know. I don't know anything about Katie's insurance guy or whoever. Like, I don't know anything about it, and I don't care. Let me do something else here. Other people's finances are none of your frickin' business. Okay? Okay? None of your frickin' business. Like, zero. Leave it alone. If you don't want to donate, don't donate. If you want to donate, donate. Who cares? Missing the point much? All right, I might have to go soon. I did say I'd get to the bottom of this, so I actually literally got to get to the bottom of these questions now. So stop asking them, or else I'll never get there. They're probably not going to be able to use the property for years. The government will claim it's contaminated, possibly. Who knows? Can I go back? No, I can't go back to farm. I already addressed that. Men with work boots built this country that men in suits destroyed, that men in suits are destroying. I think the men in boots should put their boots back on the ground and get to it. Let's go. Let's take back our country, man. Let's do it. Let's do it. We can do it. We don't have to take out guns. We can literally do it. Yeah, we can. Get together in small groups, and then those small groups get together in big groups, and all of a sudden, it changes. Canada, it's about time. You're all feeling kind of desperate, are you? I know you are. You're feeling like you're at the end of your rope. You're feeling like, oh my God, the economy's tanking. People's attitudes suck. The government's all against us. I get it. But these things are just like waves in the sea, man. Sometimes they come up, sometimes they go down. And whatever comes up must come down. So don't worry so much. I know it looks bleak. I know it looks like it sucks, but man, we're the ones who can change anything. Anything that's ever been changed has been changed by somebody, and you're a somebody. So figure out what you want to change, throw your efforts behind it, find a couple more, and let's get at it. I want to change the fact that we don't know what's going on with these Ospreys. Let's find it out. Okay. These officers and agents have names, and they care about optics, and yeah, I don't know. I don't like to name names. I don't want to be responsible if somebody takes some stupid action against another individual. I would rather address the whole thing. If somebody's the head of a thing, then I think that they have to deserve to take the heat. I mean, if your name is put on Paul McKinnon, yeah, president of the CFIA hasn't said a thing about this. Yeah, that's a name. There's a name for you. You should look into that one. And there's others, but just be careful. You know, don't be so quick to be throwing the hate around, right? But demand answers. Be firm. Demand the answers. I don't know what your question is. Somebody keeps saying to you, you can answer my question. I'm trying, man. I'm doing what I can here. Do you think it's a good sign the Supreme Court hasn't reached a conclusion yet? No, I think it's just par for the course. There's so many applications to the Supreme Court, and only like 6% of them get accepted. So I think it's par for the course. I don't think it's a good thing, bad thing. That's my own personal opinion. Get a job at CFIA and go undercover. I have a feeling they might know who I am by now. Yeah. The generation that have it home don't care because it's not affecting them. Well, you know, it's probably because they're sitting here looking at this box, doing something, playing a game or communicating with their friends. It's a new world, folks. The kids today are wrapped up in it. My family is affected by this. I don't think it's necessarily a good thing, but I'm not going to berate anybody for it. It's a new world. We need to learn how to navigate. I use this as a tool because I believe it reaches people and I think it helps. But it can also be a vice. So let's not make it that way like I am right now because my wife is waiting for me. But I did say I'd get to the bottom of it, so I got to do what I said I'd do. It's a really important thing, you know, doing what you say. It tells your inner mind that you're telling the truth. When you say, oh, I'm going to do that, and then you do it, it gives your conscious, confidence that you can make changes. You don't have the time where you have to check. No, I don't have the time to. No, dude, you don't know. Yeah, no, I don't have the time. Oh, that's funny. It's going to be our pets eventually, and that might not even be so soon eventually, like real soon eventually. Yeah. It's these, and then it's pets, and, other babies in the home that, I don't know, might not be pets. That's where it's going, folks. It's exactly where it's going. Don't kid yourself. Don't kid yourself. Oh, in Moncton, rally, 2 days outside the CFA. Way to go, Moncton. I love you guys. Tyler, thank you. That's perfect. CFA is about... am I a farmer? No, I am not. Well, I am now. I mean, I did some ostrich farming here this year, so I guess I am. I mean, I'm not full-time, but I quite enjoyed it. And then when I went to the ostrich farm in Ontario, I helped them too, because I do have some experience with it. So yes, I guess I am an ostrich farmer, but I don't make a living at it, and I don't own ostriches. So, it is, yeah, everybody's blaming UOF, and it's not. It's the government. It's all this crazy stuff that's happening. What further recourse on the nations? I don't know anything about it. Honestly, I just keep my nose out of it. I am not of that, and I believe that if it has a chance of doing something great, that's good. I just don't know enough about it. I won't speak to it. Stay in your lane, man. People got to remember to stay in their lane. If you're not good at it, don't pretend you are. Just say you're not and move on. The lack of acknowledgement from the people, MPs, CFI, RC. Yeah, it is. It's horrible that they haven't acknowledged this. The MPs are prevented from doing so when there's court action and stuff. When there's a wide open, like you can go ahead and kill, that's when they can speak up. So you'll see that happens in waves, and that's why. RCMP, of course, they're not going to speak up, and CFIA, of course, they're not going to speak. They've proven that. I don't know why. They're just not. That's their deal. Thank you. Well, you are more than welcome. I do enjoy bringing light to the truth. It really makes a lot of sense. So in Moncton, it's the 24th at 2 p.m. at 1081 Main Street, CFIA headquarters in New Brunswick. Okay, there's one for y'all to get to. A little road trip out to New Brunswick. Yoo! Once the RCMP leave, the CFIA have to leave. Do you think if the RCMP wasn't there, the CFIA would still be? If they didn't have their bodyguards, man, they would have been gone a long time ago. They don't even like coming out to the front pen where we are. It's a bunch of cowards, man. Cover their identity, run away, have spotlights on the road so we can't see them at night, make no-fly zones so your drone can't come over and see. Of course they don't want to be seen. They're a bunch of freaking cowards. And they're probably not even trained cowards. They're just a bunch of thugs, hired by the CFA going to do this job. Ratite. What's a ratite? Big Bird. Big Bird. Kill Big Bird. Hey, Zach's watching. That's my son. He's the backbone of my social career, or at least he's becoming it. He has helped so much in so many ways. I love you, son. Thank you. We're staying warm. It is absolutely beautiful. Thank you. RCMP are staying at Fairfield Inn and Prestige Inn in Vernon. Thank you for that. I don't know why. Well, whatever. Thank you. What happens when the thing expires? Nothing. Nothing's going to happen. It's going to be the exact same thing. That's my call. That's just what I'm saying. I don't know. Okay, I'm just saying. Yeah, the war doesn't end. It's an ongoing thing, man. You just, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. BC stands for bring cash. It is expensive out here, man. Holy crap. The gas, food, everything, it is crazy, crazy expensive. BC stands for bring cash. Ain't that right? Somebody's got to quit being so nice. Well, whatever. I get it, but we can't tell other people how to be. They are how they are, and that's okay. Why does Katie's narratives change? I would suggest they don't. Okay, I would suggest what you're hearing from Katie is she's trying to combat so much horrible crap being thrown at them, and she's trying to play a PR game that I used to be able to help her with, but I'm not able anymore. So together we actually played it a little bit better than she's doing on her own, but I'm not blaming her for that. And you know what? I don't want to take a thing away from Jeff, because Jeff's actually doing a bang-up job over there, okay? But it's a hard thing, and with all the mounting pressures and stress, come on, man. She's just trying to navigate this stuff. Like, get off her back. Have you ever done anything so courageous? You, personally, whoever's saying that stuff, have you ever done anything personally as courageous and self-sacrificing? Well, maybe not self-sacrificing. They're self-preserving for sure. It's her family. It's her farm, everything. But have you ever had to go through that kind of crap in your life and do it in front of the whole world, in front of a camera? No, you haven't. So you don't know what it's like. So how about you just cut them some slack? They're courageous as anything. Why people are standing up behind them, I don't understand. Look, you don't got to fight this all on your own. That's the reason I'm here. I don't want to fight it all on my own. But I saw some people willing to stand up and willing to do something about it, and they're actually doing something about it. Those are the people we need to get behind. We need to do it right the frick now, folks. Right now. Right now. Come to the farm, get out to an office somewhere, hold a frickin' sign. We can change Canada with this particular subject matter. Do you know that? I don't think you all appreciate that quite. So many things that are wrong with our country that if we just stand up behind these farmers, we have a potentiality of fixing all of it. Okay, I really got to get to the bottom of these questions. Hang on. Yeah, don't assume people are lying, man. Just kind of look underneath the surface and cut people a little slack, man. Camp out where they drop off the blue bins and spy. Well, yeah.
Yeah, Sergeant Mike Rood retired. Katie.
Universal Ostrich Farms.
Yeah. We should slide you in closer.
No,
Yeah,
it's so
yeah,
good.
perfect. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm a short one.
TV than I am normally, or whatever.
We're pushing strong, we're holding strong, and we're feeling good, but we're still demanding a count.
Yeah.
We're asking Canadian Food Inspection Agency, why can't we count? The world's asking, why can't we count? So, we got some more footage coming.
Yeah.
Some
So
really
that's coming
good
out
footage.
tomorrow morning, and we'll get a count, right?
My name is Sergeant Mike Root. I'm a veteran of the Canadian Airborne Regiment, the Princess Patricia's Canadian Light Infantry, and the Canadian Rangers. Their insidious modus operandi functions under the false pretenses of providing safety, based upon mere suspicion, have resulted in the needless deaths of healthy animals and family farms, which I cannot say. Some harsh lessons appear to have escaped our remembrance. Went overseas to fight against fascists and foreign tyrants. Fascism, by definition, is the system of government whereby the means of production may be owned by individuals, but is most often rigidly and arbitrarily controlled by the government. Or to stand idly watching foreign regulated government agents literally as they attempt to steal our hard-fought freedoms and our future to the benefit of others, right? Ladies and gentlemen, we're at war. It is a war that is like no other before this time in our history. The tactics of our adversaries and their treacherous enablers are much like carbon monoxide. Many do not see or sense them until it is far too late. Often under the influences of fear, sponsored media, and government propaganda, also engaged in medical experiments upon its citizens. Sadly, and more recently, many branches of the Royal Canadian Legion made citizens show their papers to enter, merely to prove that they had participated in a medical experiment. Reality, one that was truly disrespectful of the very reasons for our ancestors' service, their remembrance, and the true symbolism of the poppy. Those who fail to stand for something will often fall for anything. As a gesture of true patriot love and genuine respect for our fallen, I now most literally ask those of you here today to rise up from your seats, right? And to show your support and to demonstrate the moral courage that is now required of you and every Canadian to rise up across our land and to stand on guard for thee. Thank you for your support. Love you all. Take care and thank you for your time.